Yo, check it. I ran into an interesting article, and I'm about to explain it from my perspective so I can see how they've been telling us the truth the whole time. But society has programmed everyone to reject the truth. And the article is called 4 Summer Inventions That Changed the World and Continue to Affect Our World Today. They say the world's earliest advanced civilization is called Sumer, and it's nestled between the Tigris and Euphrates River. Notice, it specifically says modern day, not ancient, because they changed these locations, such as ancient Egypt, which is really America, making us the real Egyptians. As I mentioned several times before, the reptilians landed in the Middle East, in Sumer and Iran, which we call Iran. The Middle East is the Gray and the Palladian territory. This is how they was able to join forces and go against man. So Saturn is An, the first half man, half dragon, which is the first reptilian. And they mix with the Greys in Sumer, creating the Sumerians, which will be the Zeta Greys you hear about, and the Draco Reptilians. Then they went to take over man and mankind in ancient Egypt. Number 1, the Sumerian invention of writing. As I mentioned several times before, man, Palladians, and Greys are the original manifested entities of heaven. This is how the Greys and the Elohim was able to turn the real God's words into God's spells. But we all know it as a gospel. Here's one of the Sumerians' first recorded pieces, and it's called the Epic of Gilgamesh, which is that G you see everywhere that we believe stands for the Illuminati. The Sumerians influenced other languages, including Akkadian, Babylonian, Hittite, and Old Persian, eventually leading to an alphabet-based writing system. Now remember, I told y'all, it's really alpha, beta waves, which helps keeps us at a low frequency. In other words, it's help keeping us trapped here and preventing us from hitting gamma waves that will wake us up to the truth. Number 2, the development of the mathematics and number systems. Notice, it says the Sumerians did not create the concept of the number system because they translated it from the true creator to a new civilization outside of heavenly knowledge. Again, this is the same thing as turning God's words into God's spells. And of course, the number system is based off 6 because of the creation of energy. 666. Like I always say, we are the energy. Number 3, the world's first medicines. Now ask yourself, how can they create the world's first medicines? It's because they were the scientists experimenting on man and mankind. God El, who is Yaqub and Jacob, along with all his creations, which is the Elohim, are the suspects of experimenting on mankind. This is what started the war. And number 4, agriculture. So I want y'all to notice how they're mentioning the Tigris and the Euphrates River this time. And they don't mention modern day because they're really talking about America. They even add the ancient Sumerians settled there, when clearly in the same article they stated that ancient Sumerians are in the Middle East. So it clearly says they came from the Middle East to a whole nother location and settled there, which is ancient Egypt when they invaded. So just in case you haven't noticed, those 4 quote-unquote inventions the Sumerians made, writing, math, medicine, and agriculture. To this day, they are still changing these things. This is how they're keeping control over the whole world over these 4 quote-unquote inventions. Once you wake up to the truth, you'll start reading all these articles just like I am. They are literally telling us in so many different ways, but we choose not to believe it. Anyways, y'all know how I keep it. Stay woke and be gods. Peace.